खुदा में रज़वी हो।
Allah Almighty, by His divine grace and by His mercy, has chosen the best of the best to be the companions of the best of Allah's creation, Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is nobody after the Anbiya-e-Kiram alayhi salatu wassalam that has been given the fazilat and the greatness and the maqam that has been given to the Sahaba of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. The companions of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the Sahaba-e-Kiram, have been blessed with such excellence and such superiority that until Qiyamah, no matter how much a person may strive, he may not reach the maqam and fazilat of the Sahabi of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. The companions, the Sahaba-e-Kiram of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam are unique and beautiful examples to the Ummah until the day of Qiyamah. They are those beloved and Mubarak companions, those Mubarak personalities who were ready at all times, were willing at all times to sacrifice everything, whether it is their wealth, whether it is their house, whether it is their family, and even their own lives, for the sake of the deen of Allah and His beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Sahaba of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam are those push naseeb, those fortunate and blessed people that got with their eyes and the eyes of Iman to look at the holy and the Mubarak face of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. You and I, if we want to know how to read Salah, if we want to know how to do a certain religious practice, we have to look at the Quran and we have to look at the books of Ahadith and Mubarakah. We have to look at the aqwal of the fuqaha. We have to look at the laws which are prescribed by the Sharia and Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, so that we may understand the reality and the depth of any discussion. But the companions, the Sahaba of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, were so khush naseeb, they were so fortunate. If they wanted to know the best way to read Salah, they looked at the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They had the best practical example that history has ever seen. They had the most beautiful example in the beloved Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If they wanted to know how do you do ruku the proper way, they looked at Rasul Pak's making ruku. If they wanted to know how do you do sujood in the proper way, they looked at Rasul Pak sallallahu alayhi wa sallam making sajda. If they wanted to know what is the most beautiful way to walk, they looked at the walking of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So nobody has seen the beauty and the eminence of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the best format, better than the companions of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And amongst these companions of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the most Mubarak, the most blessed, the most superior, the most exalted, the most elevated is Hazrat Siddique-E-Akbar radiallahu ta'ala. Hazrat Siddique-E-Akbar radiallahu is that Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, regarding whom it has been mentioned that a person came into the wargah, into the court of Hazrat Sayyidina Sayyid Sajjad, Imam Zainul Abidin radiallahu ta'ala. A person went to Hazrat Sayyidina Imam Zainul Abidin radiallahu ta'ala, and Hazrat Imam Zainul Abidin's real name was Ali bin Hussain. Hazrat Imam Zainul Abidin was Ali bin Hussain, he was the son of Imam Hussain radiallahu anhu, who is the son of Sayyidatuna Fatima Zahra and Mawla Kainat Mawla Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So this person went to Hazrat Imam Zainul Abidin, and Imam Zainul Abidin was known as Sayyid al-Sajjad. He was known as the personality that was the beauty of the Abids, of those who made sajda and made ibadat. Why? Because of his depth in the remembrance of Allah and his beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this person went to Imam Zainul Abidin and he said, "O Imam Zainul Abidin, what was the maqam, what was the status of Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhuma in the court of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam?" यानी उन्होंने जाके सवाल किया हजरत सैयदना इमाम ज़ैनुल आबिदीन से, ये बताइए कि आका करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की बारगाह में अबू बकर और उमर रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हुमा का क्या मकाम था? What was the status of Sayyidina Abu Bakr and Sayyidina Umar in the grand court of the beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam? So this noble member of the Ahl Bayt, Hazrat Sayyidina Imam ज़ैनुल आबिदीन रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु के जवाब इस बात में बिल्कुल हक़ है। This has been the ijma of the ummah ever since the word of Hazrat Sayyidina Imam Zainul Abidin radiallahu anhu, that the person came to him and said, Rasul Pak sallallahu ki zamane mein, in the time of Rasul Pak sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, what was the maqam, what was the position, what was the status of Hazrat Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddique radiallahu anhu and Umar al-Faruq radiallahu anhu? Hazrat Imam Zainul Abidin radiallahu anhu ka jawab, subhanallah. The answer of Imam Zainul Abidin is a unique and a beautiful answer. He said, it is the same status which they are blessed with today. उनका मकाम वही है जो आज है। मतलब क्या है? That today even they are next to Rasul Pak sallallahu alaihi wasallam. आज भी रसूल पाक के पहलू मुबारक में है और कल भी रसूल पाक के कदमों में हाजिर होते थे। यानी मकाम was that time that they were beside Rasul Pak, and even today the maqam is that they are beside Rasul Pak sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What a beautiful answer! कितने खूबसूरत जवाब about the shan of the companions, the Mubarak, two great companions of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allama Madina. That personality was known as Alim Madina, Hazrat Sayyidina Malik ibn Anas radiallahu anhu. Hazrat Sayyidina Malik ibn Anas was known as Alim Madina. He is that Mubarak personality that was asked after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is the most eminent, who is the greatest? यानी उनसे पूछा गया कि रसूल पाक सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की बात सबसे अफजल कौन है, फजीलत सबसे ज्यादा किसकी है? So he said Abu Bakr and Umar. He said Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhuma. Now think about it. सोचने की बात है कि when this is their maqam in the bargah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is the maqam in the eyes of the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? इससे एक सबक हासिल होता है that when it comes to the companions of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when it comes to the Sahaba of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, we should always remember that their fazilat is as per the fazilat in the court of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Their fazilat of the Khulafa, especially the first four Sahaba, the Abu Bakr, Umar, Osman and Ali, Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'in, their khilafat, their fazilat is as per the maqam of khilafat. Just as they were in that order, that is the maqam even in the dunya. अबू बकर रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु सबसे अफजल, फिर उसके बाद हज़रत उमर फारूक, फिर हज़रत उस्मान इब्न नूरैन, फिर हज़रत अली मुर्तज़ा रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु. These companions of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam were granted this honor because they lived their lives for the pleasure of Allah. They lived their lives to please Allah and His beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should take an important lesson when we look at the lives of the Sahaba Ikram, that they sacrificed their wealth, they sacrificed their property, they sacrificed their time, and they even sacrificed their lives for the pleasure of the deen of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. We should look at our own lives and we should ask ourselves a very important question. that what do we do for this deen of Allah? How much do we strive for the deen of Allah? How much of effort do we make to become close in the court of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Remember, life is very short. Life is very short. Before you know it, life will go. Zindagi khatam ho jayegi. Everything will come to an end. Before your life comes to end, do something about it. Make your life an example for those who will come after you. Those who will come in the dunya after you must be able to say that this person tried to do this and this and this for the deen of Allah. Let me try and follow their footsteps. Make your life an example. Because if you do that and people follow you in goodness, people follow you in amal salihah, then even after you pass away, that sawab of theirs will come to you also. Why? Because you did that. And if you did wrong in this life and people follow you in wrong, then whatever azab they get, a share of that is going to come for you also. So think about it. Benefit yourself, benefit your community, benefit the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. Allah keep us with Iman.
Ameen.
Let us leave this world with Iman. Those who are ill, Allah not